everyone, Lexi here.
And Alyssa.
And we are back for part 2 with chemistry with Alyssa. We had so many great questions last time and a lot of people were engaging, so we thought we'd come in with a part 2 and hear the breakdown of products or any chemistry questions that you have. I do want to remind you guys, if you have any questions along the way, feel free to write and ask, and we can do some impromptu ones as well. So,
Woohoo impromptu.
Woohoo impromptu. I know, you're like, whoa. Let's see if we can stump Alyssa.
Oh, that's terrifying. Okay. I'm here for it.
All right, should we just jump right in?
Let's do it.
Okay, first question. What makes Airbond different to using just alcohol or acetone as the dehydration step?
Oh, I like that one. Airbond is more than just a dehydrator. Ooh. So acetone and isopropanol alcohol work by evaporating the moisture off of the nail plate, where Airbond has ingredients in it that actually polymerize and react with the moisture in the nail plate to create that adhesion. So it's kind of that extra oomph. It's not just the dehydration, it reacts with it to kind of make that adhesive property.
Okay, so that's why we recommend it with people with like sweaty hands.
Correct.
Or if you live in a really like humid area, you know, South Florida or something, it kind of plays well with those environments.
Exactly. Okay. And it helps even remove it more than just the evaporation off.
Ooh, okay.
I'm really liking this move, I feel.
I know.
Yeah.
We need some hand gestures.
Science is about dancing. You didn't.
You need more than a brain. You need dance moves.
You heard it here.
I know. All right, next question. What have you learned about gel nail products in the last 5 years that have surprised you? What a cool question. I'm intrigued.
I love the behind the scenes things. I call these fun facts. My favorite fun fact about the gel nails is we share actually a lot of ingredients with dental products. And that kind of, at least to me, helps drive home the safety of what we use, of, well, if you can put it in your mouth after polymerized, please don't do this before it's polymerized, that you can also put it on your nails. And I love that level of safety. That's just,
I always remember when they put like the light to cure, like you ever get like a crown.
Yes.
I'm like, oh my God, it's like curing a nail in the light, you know?
Exactly. It's different wavelength.
Yes.
Exactly.
But it's not curing your mouth.
Correct, curing your mouth.
Very cool. Okay, let's move on to, is the reason LE products work so well together because they are chemically similar?
Yes, that is why. And a big reason why we recommend not mixing brands, because we don't know what other companies use, and there are some oligomers, some monomers that don't play well together, even after they cure. So sometimes if you are seeing product failure in your clients, and you're using multiple different brands, it might not be an individual product failure, but the combination of all the products together.
And it's hard because sometimes people think, you know, it might be, they think our product's not working, but then I ask them what they're using and they'll, you know, mention like 3 different brands or products that and I'm like, it makes it very hard to pinpoint what the problem is when they're using other products. And most likely it is not ours. It's just that they don't play well together.
Correct.
So that's why another reason to just using, you know, one brand, because you formulate around each other, right?
Exactly. We test everything with everything here, so we know what does work, what doesn't work, why they work, all the things. We're masters of our own product.
And that kind of extends to lamps, right?
Correct. Exactly. It's just as important using the same products and the correct products together as making sure that they cure correctly together with the right nail.
There's some bad lamps on the market.
Very bad.
You can do a perfect nail with great product, but if you are not curing it in the correct, you know, power lamp, then
it doesn't matter how great of a product you use if it's not being treated correctly.
Yes. So I do like to say, pick the lamp that goes with your product as well. Hopefully it's ours, but if not, at least stay with the same system, right?
100%.
Or at least do research and figure out what lamps are comparable.
Exactly.
And that are both, you know, good, high quality lamps.
And if you ever have a question, we have done extensive research on a number of lamps in the market because we want you to be safe as well. And if you ever have a question, give us a call. We might have tested it and we'll be honest if we have and have said, yes, this is great with our product or not. We're here for information.
Yeah, and we don't want to see you fail, so we'll be very honest with you. If it's not working, we'll tell you. But if you do have a great lamp that's not ours, we'll tell you also. So, yeah, no lying. Okay, next question. If a nail has little prep done, just remove cuticle but no etching, would tack be enough to adhere the gel?
I like that. That's a great question. It would be better than nothing, but we always recommend proper prep for your nail. Just a chemical adhesion on its own is not enough to properly secure your enhancement to your nail. You need the etching to increase the surface area of the nail and remove that surface shine, the oils, the leftover, whatever bad is left over on top of the nail. You have to remove that before introducing the bonding agent.
And what does the bonding agent grab onto if it's not etched?
Exactly.
So we always say tack, for example, is a double-sided sticky tape, right? So on that bottom part, if you do not do any prep or any etching, what is that bonding agent holding onto?
Exactly.
It's like slipping around on a smooth surface where it needs to grab onto the etch, right?
Exactly. It would be like gluing glue to a piece of glass versus gluing glue
Ooh,
to
I like
a
that.
rock or something.
Where it's kind of like it's like moving around,
Exactly.
trying to mesh, but it's not.
Yeah, you want to peel Elmer's glue off a glass surface. It's very easy to compared to something that's got a little bit more texture to it, like say cloth or you know something like that. It's my rudimentary.
Yeah, no, I like that.
Day.
It's good to get a visual though.
Yeah, and sometimes the metaphors stick a little bit more.
Yeah.
Than
But if you were to you're saying tack those better than nothing.
Correct. But we do not recommend no prep. Always prep. You always want to completely secure and have all of your backup, making sure that your enhancements are as secure as possible. So prep, tack, enhancements.
Perfect. You heard it here first. Don't be the person trying to glue glass together.
There you go. That's metaphor.
Okay, next question. Is it okay to put down P+ first and then hard gel on top? Example, color, buttercream, Lexi line.
No.
Okay.
No. We can do hard first, then soft, but not soft first, then hard.
And why is that, Lady Chemist?
Back to my metaphors. So think of layering, say, I don't know, a hard shell over top of marshmallow. Not the color marshmallow, a marshmallow.
Real marshmallows,
exactly.
yeah.
You have that kind of spongy absorbent underlayer and a hard surface that if you push too hard without the proper base coat underneath it, you can crack and poke holes into it. Whereas if you have them flip-flopped and have the hard underneath and the soft on top, you can absorb kind of that impact with the sponginess, but you have that hard underlayer. So always make sure if you do want to layer a soak-off system over a hard gel system, hard bottom, soft top.
Okay. I like that. Yeah, the cracking is a problem. I think some people can get away with it depending on their natural nails, because you do hear people say, well, I do it all the time. We just don't like to, teach that way, and we don't recommend it just because
it increases the likelihood of failure.
It does increase the likelihood of failure, even though there's that, 5% that maybe can get away with it. You just have to be really careful. So
absolutely.
It's better to just stick with the system.
Exactly.
Would it be okay to mix different Lexi lines together, say a fiber with an extreme gel?
Because we did talk about mixing colors last week.
Yes, we did.
From a structural standpoint, we don't recommend that, because from a formulation standpoint, all the fun time in the lab and the nitty gritty, we fine tune every single Lexi line very specifically, from viscosity to flexibility to hardness. And if you mix them in whatever ratio, just kind of throwing it together, it could have unintended consequences. So if the viscosity works, the hardness might not work. Or if the flexibility works,
so it's kind of the unknown.
Correct. So what we recommend is, if you do kind of want to mix and match your products from a structural standpoint, is layering. So if you need that really hard, robust base, because your client is maybe losing the edges or the corners of their nails, start with fiber as your kind of like your oomph base, and then do, say, cool gel on top to build your apex. Layering is the safer way to go to create that successful.
And is there
custom
a right and a wrong to layer, or can you layer all Lexi line gels?
In the Lexi line, you can layer whatever gels in whatever order.
You can put any on the bottom, any on the top.
Correct.
Okay. And is there a reason that you can't, if you were to mix Lexi line, is there something in the fiberglass, would that impact, like if you mixed it with extreme, would that become a problem?
It wouldn't, just from the same structural standpoint.
Okay.
If you, for example, if you mixed cool gel and builder, it might have the same unintended consequences
Okay.
as fiber and extreme.
Okay.
So it's just that kind
I
of.
didn't know if the fiberglass made it worse or
That's a fair
more.
question.
I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't have any particular negative consequences
Okay.
to it, but yeah, just the unknown of you don't really know what you're going to get out of that kind of a deal.
We do have a fun Q and Lou question.
Ooh, cute.
You can kinda
My
know.
kids are at school. Sorry.
Yeah, can you bring them
You want to phone in again?
Yeah, but yeah, phone in, kids.
Yeah.
What
There
show
you
was
go.
that where you were able to like call?
Who wants to be a
Who
millionaire?
wants to be a
I love
millionaire?
me.
What was it? Call someone, or what were the other two?
Ask the audience.
Ask the audience.
50-50. That was the other one.
Oh, they take two away.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that
I
was.
love
I
trivia
used to sit
games.
on the living room floor. My parents used to watch it. The phone in was the best. We could do a phone in sometime. That would be fun. We
There
could
you go.
phone in Jim from Tennessee.
Oh yeah, there you go. What do you think of this question? Do we agree?
Okay, back to the question. Sorry.
Okay, so what in the Q and Lou salt soak helps soften and dissolve dead skin cells so well when soaking? It's so amazing for calluses and tough cuticles.
I particularly love this question.
This is Q and Lou's her. They're my babies, but they're kind of her babies.
Correct. They're shared babies
The
combination.
human ones are mine.
Yeah.
She
Right, the
birthed-
product one.
The product one is. This is your question.
We worked on Q and Lou for we fine-tuned it so intensely and worked on it for so long to make sure it was exactly perfect.
Yeah, like 2 years.
It was very purposeful. Every single ingredient we put in there and every single ratio of every single ingredient. So it's the balance of salts and the combination of additives is what works so efficiently with Q and Lou. So we don't just have the Dead Sea, we don't just have the Epsom. We have the combination of both, which is at a very specific ratio.
That we can't tell you.
Correct. Trade secret. It's
Trade secret.
lock and key secret.
But it's about the balance of the ingredients.
is part of it, correct. And then the other part of it is the additives that we have in there. We made sure that they were very skin safe. They're actually recommended for use in baby products as well. And because we didn't want anything that was irritating to the skin or potentially, you know, any kind of a too intense kind of a reaction. We wanted it to be relaxing
Not
and
offensive.
Correct.
Or abrasive.
Exactly. I mean, I've got an infant at home and I used it through my whole pregnancy and because it was that safe and I was that confident in the product and it's just fabulous. So it's a combination.
It is really good. Not only, like you said, for really hard cuticles, it just like relaxes them, and then when you push them back after you soak, they just
Melt.
They just melt. They're either melting off or when you push them back, they just go so easily. My mom has really tough cuticles and she always soaks in the salt soaks. But also for people that just love like the smell and relaxation, I put a scoop in my bathtub.
Yep.
And it makes my skin feel so good. So there's multiple uses of it. I know we have an educator that actually takes a little bit of salt soak and does some of the spa oil.
Oh yeah.
They mix it and they use it to shave with. Which is like an exfoliant, but it makes your skin soft. So there's so many different like tips and tricks within Q and Lou. We could do a whole thing on Q and Lou.
We really could.
On each product and what you can do with it.
Exactly. No, they're multifunctional.
They're
in all kinds of a
multifunctional.
way.
So
They're
and
fabulous.
since they're safe, there's like no limits.
Correct.
Like you can put it on anything, pour it on anything.
Combined in any kind of a way.
Yeah,
with those
roll in
products.
it. You know, there's so many things you can do. It's so awesome. I love Q and Lou. Anyways, we could go on and on about that.
Yeah, in case you can't tell, we love some Q and Lou around here.
We should do a whole, because Alyssa is the one that, she is the one that helped formulate it and really worked on it. So we could do a whole Q and Lou live with you on that.
We could.
So
I would love it.
So think about your questions now.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm glad you don't want to kick me out already.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
no,
that.
you're coming back. Like this or comment if you want Alyssa to come back for part 3. We could do more chemistry, or if you guys want to see something more specific, like a specific product or Q and Lou, for example, we could do like more of a deep dive on something. So let us know in the comments what you guys think. But thank you for joining us today.
Thank you guys.
And we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.